What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review another movie. This time I will be reviewing The Brawn, starring Melissa Rauch. This is directed by Brian Buckley, and it has an estimated budget of $3.5 million. It's considered an indie movie. It's basically very underrated, honestly. I don't think it even made the top 5 box office, man. When I went to go see it, only one person was in the theater with me. And he came in 30 minutes after the movie started, and then 20 minutes before the movie ended, walked out. So I'm assuming he was just some employee taking a break, watching a movie. And I was the only person in the theater. That was the first time I think I've ever been alone in it. I've always had one person, two person, maybe one or three at the most. That was very, very, very low. But when I walked in, I was like, oh my god, I have the theater to myself. I could do anything. And then I was just I was sitting down, and, I could talk if I wanted to. I could talk out loud, yeah. But, I ended up, obviously watching the movie. It caught my attention. Real quick, I did not know one thing about The Bronze. I see any movie that comes to theaters, man, so I could review it for you guys. I was like, oh god, let's go watch this movie. I don't even know. And then after the movie, I found out the girls from Big Bang Theory. I'm like, oh my god, she's so different here. And then, of course, I didn't know nothing going into this movie. I'm like, it's called The Bronze, must be something Olympic or something. Really wasn't, man. It obviously has gymnastics and everything, but this is coming from a guy who didn't know what he was walking into and really enjoying it while walking out. So here we go, man. This is a non-spoiler review. I'm just going to give you the pros, cons, and final score. Tell you whether or not you should go check this out in theaters, or whether you're watching this down the road and check it out on rental, or maybe just sweep it under the rug and never hear about it again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here's my non-spoiler review for The Bronze. First off, I'd like to say one of my favorite characters in this movie is named Maggie. I do not know the actress's name, but the character Maggie was a very likable character. Well, at times, I really enjoyed her. She was cute. She was funny. She was really, immature, honestly, throughout the whole, she's, probably 20 years old, 21, 19 maybe. She acts like she's a 14-year-old, so it was kind of a cute thing going on. I really don't understand that, but it was just something about Maggie that really caught my attention throughout this movie, and her chemistry was almost like a Twilight Zone episode with the character Hope Ann Gregory, played by Melissa Rauch. Because Melissa Rauch, she's very raunchy in here. She's very dirty. She's vulgar. She's just all right, fuck me now. Isn't that what you want? She's literally just she's bitching all the time. She's basically a bitch. And, the whole thing about it is, I did not know this going into the movie, and I was like, oh my god, this character is so annoying. I literally was like, I literally was thinking, what did I walk myself into? What? I should have saw the trailer or something. This person's a bitch. The whole movie, just a diva, oh, look at me, I get free stuff, because I won the bronze, 10 years ago, sort of thing. Get a job, you slum. Literally, I was like, Jesus, man. I literally was scared. I was like, gosh, should I leave? But literally, Maggie was awesome in here. She was really cute, and, her character, again, not very good character customization throughout the movie. She really wasn't explained so much as I wanted her to be, but she was an enjoyable character for what she did, and, her fat stomach, when you see it, if you see the movie, the fat stomach, you'll get the whole thing going on there. Should I eat the burger? Oh my god, it tastes so good. Sebastian Stan's in this movie, of course, the Winter Soldier from Captain America, and he plays this character named Lance. He's basically the douche, the cocky guy, basically, the old flame of Hope Ann Gregory sort of thing. He played it so well, man. It's great to see him in something new. And, he was a douche, and he wasn't, a very likable character. Oh my god, I like Sebastian Stan. Oh my god, he's amazing in here. He's amazing in here, but the character, you don't like the character, but you like the guy himself. He did play a really good douchey, cocky role. Gary Cole plays Hope Ann Gregory's father, man. He did an awesome job in here. I love his acting. Just his dad role was so good in here. He was funny. He was so nice. You just felt bad for him having such a bitchy daughter, dude. As well as the cinematography in here. It wasn't oh my god, look at this cinematography. But it was a well-shot film. I love the way, the camera was, the angle, the way it maneuvered. All of that was just perfectly fine. The last memorable sex scene I've ever seen was in 300 Rise of an Empire. This, in the movie Bronze, had even a better, intense sex scene. It was basically gymnastics sex scene. You got to see Melissa Rauch's tits and everything. I mean, it was really amazing, man. And I was the only guy in the theater. Well, there was another guy down there, and I was like, why do you have to be in here, bro? Anyway, so I literally was like, wow, like, the sex scene in here was intense. It was different from what I've ever really seen of them, just like doing weird gymnastics, and I was like, who the hell? It was so awkward and bad that it was so amazing that you're like, yeah, this sex scene is probably the best sex scene of the past few years, man. It really was interesting to see, and however they filmed that, I do not know. There's a character named Twitchy in this movie as well, you know, Twitchy. He was really awesome in here. Definitely, I twitch sometimes, but not as bad as this guy, obviously. I liked his character, you know. There are parts of his character that are so cliched for a movie, but definitely the way the guy played it and the whole twitching thing and the whole love. You could understand why he loves Hope and Gregory. You're kind of like, ew, but then you're like, I understand like reasons why you kind of fell in love for this person, and you hold on even though they're such a bitchy person. You hold on to that love. But all the actors and actresses did a great job with their characters as an acting-wise. None of them had like a sucky, you know, sci-fi movie lifetime acting sort of thing. They all did great jobs in their characters of the way they portrayed themselves. And I love the raunchiness of the movie. The vulgar does get annoying at a certain amount. But definitely, I mean, literally, I'll just tell you, we see Hope in a very weird place, man. She's watching herself on TV, and it cuts to her in present day, and she's just, you know, she's down there, and she's, she's, she's pleasing herself, basically. And I was the only guy in the theater, so... Me, you know, I had a good time, but, you know, I love the whole raunchy aspect of the whole movie, man. It's not afraid to be dirty, even though I was like, I walked in, I was like, one for the Bronze ID, and I was like, it's rated R? What the hell? Why is it rated R? It's called the Bronze. I thought it was about a woman getting Olympics or something, and it's all like this dirty, raunchy, vulgar movie. I'm like, oh my god, why did I never hear about this? On to the cons. This movie feels like a Twilight Zone episode sort of event. Literally, she's bitchy to everyone she meets, and Maggie is such a huge fan of her. She's like, I love you so much. Yeah, cunt, alright. And she's really like, so we should go do some gymnastics, shouldn't we? Fuck off, you twat. Oh my god, oh, you're so amazing. I'm talking to Hope and Gregory. And it's like, does anyone understand that, like, she's a bitchy thing? Her dad just takes it and takes it and takes it until he breaks one day. But I mean, literally, like, everyone's just kind of like, okay, Hope, you do your thing. Alright, see you later. Like, nobody's ever, like, oh, God, what the hell, Hope and Gregory. Like, everyone's just like, okay, Hope, you're amazing. Like, literally, no one ever breaks. It feels like they're all just going with it, you know, like a Twilight Zone thing. Like, it's like, why aren't you guys complaining? Why aren't you rolling your eyes? There are too many F-bombs in this movie. I mean, literally, there's probably over 50, 60 F-bombs in this movie, maybe 70. I mean, literally, every sentence I don't know, she did a lot of F-bombs in here. I understand a few, like maybe 20, 30, but not like 60, 70 F-bombs, man. She goes over the top of the vulgarness. I think it kind of reached its limit at the halfway point. And Sebastian Stan himself, you know, it is a con. I like the way his character was played, but the way his character ended up fitting into the story by the end of the movie really just didn't work out whatsoever, where his character didn't really go anywhere within the story, you know what I mean? Like, just the way it all ended was kind of like, oh, that's his character. Alright, he was kind of a waste. As well as Maggie's not really explained that well. She's not really that written out for this movie, she's a likable character, but she's not written out very well to the extent of, like, what happens at the end to the characters, sort of like, well, that was a stupid twist. And, of course, Hope and Gregory is an unlikable character in the movie. If you end up, you know, I ended up falling for her and being, like, really related to her and, like, you know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed her character by the end of the movie and I understood her, but some people may not understand her. In the first 20 minutes, you may feel like, shit, I should get out of this movie. This is horrible. So you have to hold on for the ride. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end up giving the Bronze a 6.6 out of 10. I thought it was an okay movie. Yeah, it has some good moments in there, man. And this is definitely a movie I will own on DVD one day, like $5 Ben or something. I definitely plan on owning this one day, not maybe this year or next year, but one day. It was an okay movie, and is it worth watching at all? Yes, it is, man. It's definitely a movie worth checking out. In theaters, if it's still playing in your theater, man, go ahead and check it out. It probably won't last long in your theaters, but if it's still there, watch the trailer. If the trailer piques your interest, check it out in theaters. See what you guys think. But for that's not in your theater, make sure to check it out on rental, guys, for sure. The Dollar Movies or wherever it goes to after this. Make sure to check it out one day. It is a movie worth watching. Thank you guys so much for checking it out, man, this review. You really like this review, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and share the video. I really would appreciate that. Upcoming reviews, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Miracles from Heaven, and the Divergent series, Allegiant. Coming all up, man. Make sure to stay tuned, subscribe, hit my Facebook page, link down below, and like the page. Thanks again. I'll be seeing you guys later.